All right, bringing you our July market report. This is for the June data right here for Snohomish County. I've got the data up on my screen. I'm going to just walk you through this today. What does this mean? Where's the market going? Is our prices going to fall? What's happening with interest rates? And if you're going to buy, maybe what is your best timing to do so? And what might be your best strategy? If you're selling, does it make sense to sell in this market or not? I'm going to break that all down for you on this video. My name is Mike Novak. I'm a real estate agent for the Novak Real Estate Team right here in Snohomish County. Our office is in Everett. We've helped over 1,500 families in Snohomish County make a move. So my wife and I are both realtors, and we love helping buyers and sellers and friends of friends that want to make a move and that want to have a coach and a guide navigate the process for them. So let's jump right into it. First of all, new listings are up just a little bit. So it's about an 11% jump from last year. Not too notable. Like there's not that many more new listings coming on than there was at the same time last year. And the reason for that is that a lot of people that own a home that have a low interest rate are hesitant to sell their house. Like if you've got a 2.5% interest rate and interest rates are over 6.5% right now, which is what they are, you're going to think twice about the economics of selling and giving up that rate. And so that is holding the new listings down just a little bit. In my opinion, that's a big contributor to it. Pending sales are up just a little bit. So, a little bit more new listings. So of course, there's going to be a little bit more new sales. Closed sales are down just a little bit, about 4%. And the reason for that is that a lot of those new listings are sitting on the market. I'm going to break that down for you here in just a minute. Days on market. How long does it take to sell a home after you list it, to go under contract and accept an offer? It's sitting at 19 days right now. And that's a 26% jump from the same time last year. But however, this number ranges wildly throughout Snohomish County. There are different markets that are much slower than this. There's also markets that are faster than this. For Everett, for instance, like in Everett, if you've got a home under $500,000, it might be like 4 days on market. But if you got to like Arlington or Stanwood or Granite Falls, you're pushing like $1 million, you might be on the market for 60 to 90 days. So this is hard for sellers to wrap their head around. Everyone is programmed to think, that the norm of 2020 and 2021, you list your home, it sells with multiple offers in days, is how real estate works. That's not really how real estate works. Real estate is considered an illiquid asset, meaning it takes time to sell. Okay. So historically speaking, it takes months to sell a house. So to have 19 days on the market as an average is still very, very fast, but it is a big mindset shift for sellers to understand that their house isn't selling in just a day or two. They're going to be on the market for a little while, and they're going to have to really stand out amongst the competition, because there's a lot of competition right now that was not there before. The average sales price is up about 2%. I think we're going to see this number dip, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. But I don't think that number is going to last. I think you're going to see that number start to go down a little bit in the second half of 2025. The percent of list price received, I think this is a little bit misleading. It's 100%, but I think there's a lot of concessions happening right now, which is not reflected in this number. Concessions are where a buyer gets a seller to pay their closing costs. A buyer has closing costs, which are mostly loan fees, prepaid taxes, prepaid insurance, half of the escrow fee, lender's title insurance, all of these fees they have to pay. And a lot of them are getting like 1 to 3% from the seller, because the market is soft enough to warrant those kind of concessions. So it's not taking that into account, but we're seeing that on all of our offers right now. Like we negotiated $25,000 in closing cost credits for one of our clients the other day. So that just doesn't show up in the percent of list price received. The next really important data point to look at is the inventory of homes for sale. And this is way, way up, guys. We're up 43%, okay? So we're at 1,586 homes for sale in Snohomish County, up from 1,105 the same time last year. This really tells us where the market's going, especially with the next data point, which is the month's supply of inventory. This is our crystal ball into pricing. When we see inventory rise, prices will traditionally flatten or even drop, just depending on how high that inventory ends up going. So this is a massive jump in inventory. However, we had historically low inventory for years. So there's more options for sale for sure. Like if you go look at different locations and price points, instead of having one house for sale, you might have 5 to 10 homes that are going to be in that same location, that same price range, which is great for buyers. Like buyers need to have options, not just one option or no options. Back in 2021, 2020, it was not uncommon for buyers to have no options at all and just have to wait for something to come on the market that met their needs. They had to pounce really quick and buy that house. That's not the case right now at all. Okay. So this is a number we want to keep watching. If we see this number keep going up, we know prices are going to soften and come down. Okay. Just going to happen for sure. The month supply of inventory. This is the most important benchmark on where prices are going. Again, when months of supply go up, prices go down, or they at least flatten. We're at 2.4 months. We were at 1.7 at the same time last year. So 41% jump in months of inventory supply. This is getting up there, you guys. The last time we had the inventory this high was in September of 2018. And before that, it was 2016. So you have your best opportunity as a buyer that you've had in 7 years. Okay, it's pretty awesome. You can negotiate deals right now that we have not seen since 2018. The kind of concessions, the kind of discounts that we did not see for 7 straight years. So if you're thinking about buying, this could be what you've been waiting for. The thing that may hold you up is interest rates. Interest rates are stubbornly high. They've been high since October of 2022. I checked Freddie Mac before jumping on this video, and they were at 6.72%. Stubbornly high. So how can you buy and make things affordable? Because this is kind of an affordability crisis when you look at the average sales price combined with the average interest rate that we're seeing right now. It makes for a very high payment. Well, the way that most of our clients are doing it is using what we call a 2-1 buy down. The 2-1 buy down gives you a 2% lower interest rate the first year you have the mortgage. So if rates are at 6.7%, they would be 4.7% the first year you own the house. And then the next year, it'd be 1% lower. So it'd go from 4.7 to 5.7, and then it'd be fixed at 6.7. So this is not an adjustable rate mortgage. A lot of people get that confused. This is a 30-year fixed mortgage with a prepaid buy down. It costs about 2.1% of the loan amount to do this, but we're getting a lot of sellers to pay this for our buyers right now. So this can be a game changer for you because we know rates are going to go down. They're not going to stay this high for forever. When the rates do come down, you could then refinance at those newer rates. It gives you 2 years to wait for those rates to bottom out. So if rates get back in like the mid fives, which is going to probably happen eventually, you could refinance and lock in that 30-year new mortgage rate, but you got the benefit of buying at today's pricing, So when interest rates go down, typically home prices go up. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. If you're thinking about buying, that's definitely your strategy right now. The 2-1 buy down, and you can be pretty aggressive on concessions, things like that. When you think about how much to offer on a home, you don't want to just guess on that number. Don't shoot from the hip. You want to look at data. You want to have your agent pull up comps, similar homes that are closed recently that are the same size, age, condition, that are close in proximity to the home that you like. And you want to see how much they were listed for and how much they sold for. It's the same process an appraiser goes through to determine the value of a house. Your agent should be doing this for you and show you this data. The other big thing you want to look at is days on market. How long has the home been listed? We know if the home just came on the market in the last couple of days or even last week, the seller is going to be very dug in on their price. But after 3, 4, 5, 8 weeks of sitting on the market, that window to negotiate starts to open up. They realize they might not get their top dollar price. It is very, very important for you as a buyer to understand that every dollar the seller gives you in closing cost credits for a 2-1 buy down or for your closing costs is $1 less they get. It's just like $1 off the house. Okay. And it's in normal markets, like where the market is moving faster, you don't ever see these kind of concessions, but you're seeing them right now. This is an awesome, awesome opportunity. Okay. If you're selling, your strategy really does matter. Like, you need to figure out how your home's going to stand out massively from the competition, because there's going to be more competition than you've had in 7 years. It's just a fact. Okay. So the way that your home is presented is going to have a very, very big impact into if it sells at all and how fast it sells and how much it sells for. You can't just throw your house on the market like you maybe could in 2021 and have a bunch of buyers come put offers on it. It needs to be perfectly brought to the market, and it needs to be priced correctly as well. When you think about pricing your home, you really want to look at all of the active competition on the market to see what price would make your home competitive, because the price that you choose for your house is either going to help your home sell or it's going to help the other home sell, and you want your house to sell. So you really want to make sure it's going to be price competitive with the active listings, your competition, not just closed listings, the comps, but what is actively on the market right now? Because buyers shop by comparison. Are you helping your house sell or helping somebody else's house sell? That's what it really comes down to. So that is your data for the month. You at least now understand exactly what's happening. You are not just looking at the national headlines, the doom and gloom, the water cooler talk at work. You actually know the facts, and the facts are super powerful and will set you free. So there you go. If you've got questions about buying or selling, if you want to talk to us about how we help buyers and sellers win in the market right now, definitely reach out to us. There's a link below to schedule a quick intro discovery call with either myself or one of our top agents on our team. I'll see you next month.